Okay, so what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get some of my boys, and I'm gonna go get them myself.
Oh, and get killed?
Look, I know where they keep her.
Barry, you're not going back over there.
Mama, look, there is nothing that's gonna stop me from going to get my daughter. Do you understand me?
Why don't you just let your daddy handle it?
I got this.
Barry.
Look, Ma, she wouldn't even be there in the first place if you didn't let him take her.
Boy, I am not playing with you.
Well, I'm not playing yet. I'm going.
All right, Oval fans. Now, we just closed out season 2 and Barry is, well, back to being Barry, which is not much of a good thing. But, he's still on his mom's case about being the reason Callie's abducted. And I may have already done a video about this way back when, but, I'm not going to sit up here and say that Nancy is a saint, because based off her secrets that have been revealed since episode 1 of season 1, we know that she is not, a perfect Christian, but who amongst us is? But I'm not going to sit up here and try to justify everything she's done, from cheating on her husband with her father-in-law, and then shoving off her child from that affair on her sister. But one must, look at the fact that I guess you find comfort in Christ as much as you can, regardless of what you've done to try to be a better person. So Nancy obviously was wrong on so many levels for allowing Ruth to come over to her house to see Callie, due to the fact that, well, Barry had a restraining order for a reason. And Nancy definitely didn't make the situation better. She thought she was doing the right thing, but then, of course, we saw what happened from there. But if you watch Ruthless, and, well, not to sound corny, but you know how ruthless the Rakadoushi are, seriously, if you watch Ruthless, at some point or another, the Rakadoushi were going to get their hands on Callie. So when you think about it from that perspective, the way things went down at the end of episode 1 into episode 2, where nobody got hurt, because I believe Nancy pulled a knife on the cult members, but then, they held her down. And thankfully she wasn't hurt. But one must wonder, if Nancy hadn't invited Ruth over that night to have Callie abducted, how much worse things could have been. Like if the Rakadoushi came back at another time, even if, let's say, Richard and Sharon and Barry were there. Like I said, if the cult wanted Callie, they would have found a way to get to her eventually. They would have studied the patterns. Okay, when's Richard at work? When is Barry usually not around the house? Sharon's at the pharmacy. They would have got her eventually. So you could argue that it's kind of like this was the easiest course of action with the least number of victims. Obviously, the biggest victim here is Callie, because we still have yet to know, well, we still don't really know the full capacity of what the compound has put her through. But I do feel like it was better than the alternative. Either way, I mean, obviously, in our world, the reason Callie had to be abducted was to get the plot of Ruthless in motion. But I think one of the biggest questions is, amongst fans even now, it's like, well, Jeremy, with Ruth now saying she wants to get out of the compound and, this and that, why did she have Callie abducted in the first place? I think it was due to the fact that it was maybe one of her final steps of becoming an elder, because if you go back to the early episodes, Callie was an elder, but for lack of a better phrase, her stripes were removed, and then Ruth kind of took her place. And if I remember correctly, Ruth came to her senses or began to doubt the cult after she went through the 7 rings. Now I'm thinking about the 10 rings from Shang-Chi. The 7 ring ceremony, and that kind of woke her up. Like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. So I think that perhaps getting her child over to the highest, Callie / Ruby, that was her new name, was what was necessary in order for her to be elevated to elder status. Now, I don't know if every single elder had to do this, because let's say an elder didn't have kids. There might have been some other test of loyalty that needed to be completed in order for them to reach elder status. So, for example, Callie, did her daughter not join the compound when her and Ruth did? Did Callie, get the ability to become an elder by having her daughter abducted and brought into the compound? I do not know. So that's really all I have to say here. Obviously Nancy is at fault for her granddaughter being abducted, but the Rakadouchi would have found some way to get Callie at some point. That's a scary ass thought, but like I said before, if you watch Ruthless, well, get ready to cringe. You know how ruthless these people can be. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated. And with that being said, I will talk to you next time.